Welcome to Hang Out with Denier. This is part two of how I crossed the border to the US. So we travel a long time, hot. We finally got to a hotel. Oh man, I need a shower. I was all sweaty. Got to the hotel. Remember that five-star negative hotel from Panama? Well, that was a palace compared to this place. Oh my God, this place was a dump. It was like the walls were like a paper thin, it was like wood. They didn't go all the way up to the ceiling. They stopped a little bit before the ceiling. It was some people next door doing the deed over there, and you could hear the bed sheets were so shady. They don't they didn't look very clean. Oh my God, it was horrible. But I want to take a shower, so I asked the guy, "Do you have a shower?" Yeah, we have a shower. Do you have a water? Yeah, you have water. Okay, oh, great. So we're gonna take a shower. So when we got to the shower, the guy say, "Oh, here's the shower, and we have water, but we don't have water on the shower." I'm like, "No, no, this is not happening." So how are we gonna take a shower? I say, "Okay, so we need to take a shower where they do the laundry." It was dark, man. I don't even know if the place was clean. It was like a sink, a concrete sink where they do laundry. We took the worst bath of our lives over there. I really didn't sleep well that night. So the next night we went on our journey. Finished crossing Panama, crossed the border from not Panama, I'm sorry, Guatemala, from Guatemala to Mexico. My hair was already hard as a rock. I remember stopping in Mexico in bus a bus station and washing my hair in the sink. And somebody turned the water off. Luckily, I was able to wash really quick. I guess somebody saw me washing in the sink. They shut the water off. So then we finally got to Matamoros, border with Texas. So we slept over there for the night. We found a coyote to cross us. We pay a coyote to cross us. It's two Mexicans, and the the night after that day that we stayed at a hotel, the next day, I mean, next night, we went to cross the border. As we walking towards the border, somebody tells me, "Oh yeah, the river." I'm like, "River? Is that a river?" "Yeah, it's a river. You don't know there's a river?" Like, "No, I did. If I knew it was a river, I would get a floating device or something because uh, I don't know how to swim." I'm like, "How can you not know it's not a river?" "I don't know. I don't know Mexico. I didn't know it was a river." And this guy said, "I know, but it's a little river." I'm like, "Man, nothing is a little river for somebody that doesn't know how to swim." And then they were talking like it was like a tiny thing. When we got there, I mean, the thing seems so wide for me because I didn't know how to swim. So the Mexican guy said, "Nah, no problem. I'll help you." Oh man, I think he was drunk because when I jump in the water, he didn't jump. Oh my God. And then I start asking for help and I'm trying to swim. And when I got in the middle of the river saying, "Help, help, help," and nobody would help. And they telling me to shut up. I'm like, "Shut up, shut up." I'm like, "I'm dying, man. Help me." And then when I saw that nobody was gonna help me, I kept hitting my legs and my arms, and I don't know. Somehow I crossed the river. For I don't know. That day it was no current. I guess I was lucky. So we crossed. I was alive and very happy. So we stayed inside a shack behind the house that night. And the whole day, the next day, to cross the rest of the desert over there, or in Texas already. Uh, and it was so hot, man. It was so hot that day in a little shack. It was horrible. We were hungry. They didn't give us any food. So next night we start crossing. There was like the desert, that kind of like a beach sand, the desert sand, and oh my God, that was so heavy to walk there. We had to walk to meet another coyote in the car, and there was like some bush of weed or some pointy thing, the thing you get in your pants, and hurt you, and you had to go through fences and go under fences. Oh my God, that was so crazy. I didn't even know there were snakes over there, and that was a good thing too, because otherwise I'll be afraid of. So, okay, we got to the point where we were supposed to meet the guy in the car. So a car parked. A guy raised the hood. He's looking at the engine, and then we all got up thinking that was the guy, right? It wasn't the guy. So the guy left, didn't see us. Another car stopped, a pickup truck. So the coyote said, no, no, this time let me go check it out. You guys stay down. He went close, and then the truck turned into the desert towards us and started going towards us. It was the immigration, the border patrol. Oh my God. Luckily, back then, they didn't have night vision because they drove right by us with just spotlight looking, went away. Finally, the the other coyote showed up with the car. We all got in. Oh man, I think it was like him, two more Mexicans, us, six, seven people inside a car. Drove to the airport. Airport in Texas. I don't even remember the city, to be honest with you. It was uh, over 30 years ago. So the guy said, "Oh, so you're going to California?" I'm saying, "No, man, I don't have any place to stay." Like, what do you mean you don't have any place to stay? I said, yeah, no, I don't have. I have to go with you. And then the coyote's nephew said to me, "I can't take you with me. I already taken him." And he pointed at the other guy, and I'm like, "Oh man, I have to go with you. I don't have anywhere to go." They were freaking out because they didn't have a home over there either. They were already staying with somebody. He was staying with somebody, taking somebody else, and now he's taking me with him. So, okay, we got there. The first job that they had, they gave to the other guy, and me without a job. The second job, instead of giving to me, they gave to the other guy also, was a construction. Luckily, the guy couldn't handle this construction job. Was pavers, bricklayers, like do sidewalks and driveways, heavy work. And I was a spoiled kid, and I was skinny, so they thought I couldn't do it. So I went to work with him. The guy couldn't handle after 2 weeks. They gave me the job. So I went and started working with the guy, Brazilian guy. Oh my God, this guy slaved me. He slaved me. I work 7 days a week in construction in Florida in the hot sun. I slept on the floor, on the carpet, on top of a sheet. I didn't have a bed. I didn't have mattress, nothing. I slept on top of a sheet on the carpet. In the beginning, he paid me a little bit. So I finally saved $500. One day he came to me and he said, "Oh, we need to buy a TV. Can you help me with some money?" I'm like, "I don't watch TV." "I know you watch TV. You need to help me to buy a TV." And then he took the only $500 that I had. So, and didn't have a lot of food. I ate really bad. Luckily, Americans took me in. Across the house was a condominium, and that's where I learned English. And another Brazilian guy helped me get my driver license. So when I got my driver license, then I was able to get out of there finally after a year suffering. I never cried so much in my life. I was only 21 by then, and I uh, I miss my family. First year is very hard when you're away from your family that young, and I cry a lot. I didn't have anybody over there, and I guess not eating well and working 7 days a week in construction, it didn't help. Eh, You're working for free, really. Was another guy that worked for him tried to get me out of there. He tried to let me know right in the beginning. He didn't even know me, and he wanted to take me with him, and I didn't want to go. It was right in the beginning. I didn't know that I was going to be slaved, basically. So uh, I finally got my driver license, met somebody. I was going to a high school close to the house, learning English. Then when I start meeting some people, I finally met somebody that got me a real job, and from there, life got a little bit better. So this is uh, this is where it all started. Just listen, but don't do what I did. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.